So just a little bit ago, I made a video where I began to look at what it would be like if every legendary Pokemon got a Mega Evolution, and you guys showed the heck up for it. Thank you so much for all the love on that video. I really appreciate it a lot, and because you guys loved it so much, I am back for part 2. So let's take a look at what it could look like if even more legendaries got Mega Evolutions. So today's legendary megas are quite literally being brought to you thanks in part to today's sponsor, Manscaped. I love Manscaped products, as you may know, and I use them every day, and now they've got a brand new product to introduce as well, known as the Handyman Face Shaver. The Handyman is designed to give you a clean-shaven look as quickly and effortlessly as possible, and it certainly does that. Upon checking it out myself, I was impressed with the overall quality of it, which I always am with Manscaped products, and when it comes to using it to shave, it actually got the job done really quickly because of how wide the razor is. And I got that clean shave with no nicks or cuts either, thanks to the Handyman's skin-safe technology. Plus, it's also very sleek and compact, making it perfect for travel. It's got a 60-minute battery life with a rechargeable battery, it's waterproof, and it can give you that clean-shaven look with up to 3 days of beard growth, making it as versatile as it is useful. So if you want to up your razor game, grab the Handyman with the link in the description below, and not only does that help out the channel and help videos like this to happen, but when you use code HoopsVGM at checkout, you'll also get 20% off plus free shipping, which is a great deal for something this nice. So again, check that out with the link below, and a big thank you to Manscaped for supporting the channel. So in the last video on this topic, I asked you guys which legendaries you would like to see get a Mega, and there were some people that mentioned Koraidon and Miraidon. That personally piqued my interest as well, considering they're the most recent box art legendaries, so that is who I have decided to give a Mega to next. Just like with the last video, the artwork for these designs was done by my good friend Elesteva 076, with additional help from Trevenart and Taru DNS. So be sure to check them out with the links in the description, and if you want to see a part 3 to this series, and there's a legendary you want to see get a Mega, be sure to let me know in the comments as well. With that said though, I give you Mega Koraidon and Mega Miraidon. The thing with these two is, while the idea of them having a Mega is awesome, they're already Pokemon with very fleshed out and inspired designs, so it could be easy to do too much and make them look a bit messy with something like a Mega. So we tried to subvert that as much as possible, and I decided to take the simple yet classic route of just making them look as cool as possible, because a rule of thumb that I like to abide by with Pokemon design is that while drawing from some particular inspiration is great, it's also fine to just do something because it's cool every once in a while. For Koraidon, this primarily resulted in its feathers being more fleshed out and accentuated, which I think is the perfect amount of design to add to Koraidon without making it too crazy, and I think it turned out really well and just kinda adds a sense of majesticness to Koraidon's design that I feel like fits pretty good with Mega Evolution. And despite what I said about inspiration, it actually is a bit inspired too, since the enhanced feathers give off more of a flight type of vibe, and full-on flight, and not just gliding, was the one mode of travel that these Pokemon couldn't do in Scarlet and Violet. It looks like they possibly could get that ability in the DLC, but if they gained the ability to do that with a Mega Evolution and you got to ride around on an epic as heck Mega Koraidon that looked something like this, I think that would fit perfectly and be unbelievably cool. Additionally, the enhanced feathers also help to emphasize Koraidon's past theme as well, since it's also a lizard, and that together helps to evoke a dinosaur-like theme, since dinosaurs are believed to have feathers. So, all in all, I think this came together really well. It retains its fighting dragon typing, since I honestly think that's fine, but if we did go with that whole flight idea, I don't think flying dragon would be a bad fit either though, so you'll have to let me know what you prefer in the comments. Speaking of typings, Mega Miraidon also keeps its electric dragon typing too, and for good reason. Not only is there just not any reason to change it, but this design goes kinda ham with the electrical energy, which I think makes for a cool look. It admittedly has some, but not a ton of body changes, but like I said, with these Pokemon's designs being so fleshed out already, you gotta be careful about what you add, and I believe that making subtle changes, like its detached arms, while also complementing that with some cool looking increased electrical energy, is a good balance that allows this Mega to work and be cool in my opinion, without being too much either. And I'm personally happy with the way it turned out. Would you guys want to see Mega Koraidon and Mega Miraidon in Scarlet and Violet? Be sure to let me know in the comments while we move on to some other Pokemon that are making headlines in these games, the legendary beasts. The legendary beasts have been getting attention recently because of their paradox forms, but what if they also got megas someday, if that ever miraculously became a thing again? Well, let's begin to answer that question with Entei, or more specifically, Mega Entei. Now, unlike Koraidon and Miraidon, all of the legendary beasts in their mega forms are gonna gain a typing, because they've got the room to grow with that being monotyped, and it just makes them all the cooler upon mega evolving. Mega Entei becomes Fire Ground type, and this is because it becomes fully enveloped in its volcanic inspirations. In nearly every Pokédex entry that Entei has, it mentions its association with volcanoes, so I figured that its Mega Evolution should actually portray it as a volcanic Pokémon, and that is where the ground type comes in. I also wanted this to be physically portrayed by adding to its smoky fur that billows from its back, to make it look more volcanic-like. And, as you can see, the back spikes that it once had have now transformed in its mega form into a full-on volcano. Yeah, it might be quad weak to water, but I feel like given how closely tied Entei is to volcanoes, not only does it make sense for Mega Entei to go this way, but it also results in a pretty dang cool design if I do say so myself. And if something like this ever happened, my mind would explode just like a volcano. Now we're going to move on to Raikou though, and ladies and gentlemen, Mega Raikou is exactly why Mega Evolutions need to make a comeback, and this one in particular, if I do say so myself, needs to just be put straight into the games exactly as it is. Right away, I knew exactly what I wanted to do with Mega Raikou, and that was make it an electric dark type with an inspiration of dark, scary thunderstorms. That is a perfect extension of Raikou in my opinion. The added dark type and electric dark type combo is insanely cool and would be insanely cool on Raikou. And going along with all of this, I also knew that I wanted it to have a dark color scheme. Not only to reflect this thunderstorm inspiration, but also because it would look unbelievably cool. And with the help of my good friend Elesteva, once again check him, Trevenart, and Taru out with the links below, I feel like we were able to show that this concept works and that it needs to happen immediately. And would honestly do whatever I had to get this in a Legends Johto game, or literally just any other game out there. I mean, make it exclusive to Pokemon Sleep for all I care. Just put it into a game. Okay, actually don't make it exclusive to Pokemon Sleep, but you get what I mean. I don't like tooting our own horns too much, but I just feel like a Mega Raikou with this concept that looks like this is too wonderful to not be a real thing. So hopefully, even if it takes another 20 or 30 years, it can eventually happen. And now we come to Suicune, and without any further ado, this is what Mega Suicune could look like. Suicune becomes a water ice type in its mega form, and there's a couple reasons why this is. First is because it's got a giant crystal on its head and is the mascot of Pokemon Crystal. In my mind, this already evokes some ice-type potential, since ice can be very crystal-like itself. And just like with Entei, if we look at Suicune's Pokédex entries, they also make a lot of mention of the North Winds and how Suicune is associated with them. And this term obviously gives off a cold feel as well, so I felt that the ice type was a good fit. Additionally, the term North Winds also made me think of the Northern Lights a lot as well, which I thought would be a perfect theme for the design of Mega Suicune itself, as well as a perfect way to apply the ice type to its design. And this design, I feel like, shows that that would be a good match for Suicune, and a great way to go if Mega Evolutions ever decided to come back and were given to more legendary Pokemon. What do you think about these Mega Evolutions though? Which one is your favorite? Be sure to let me know in the comments below, and also let me know if you would like to see a part 3 to this video, and which legendaries you would like to see get Megas next. Also, be sure to leave a like if you enjoyed, subscribe for more, and check out my Pokemon remixes on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your music to further support the channel as well, and fun videos just like this. I will be back with another video very soon, and until then, as always, thank you so much for watching this one. I really appreciate it, and I will smell you guys later.